Welcome to AirPlay. I promised you this season that we would do a lot of experimenting. And I'm going to end the season with something a little different, something a little exciting, something a little sad. Last year, I lost my sister, and she was an incredible inspiration to me, as sisters usually are. But more than that, she was an artist. She could write and draw with her feet. She was continually drawing, writing. When we were kids, she would win competitions. And later, after she had her children, she went back to school and got her Bachelor of Fine Arts from Carnegie Mellon University. And she has a tremendous, tremendous way of dealing with life through art. And her work shows that. Writer, as a playwright, and said, you guys should do a book together. And I always thought about it, but, I was dragging my feet, and I wish I would have did it when she was alive. But now I'm doing it in her memory. And something really wonderful happened where the name of the courses she would teach when she taught art after she graduated was called Drawing on the Divine. She would do workshops. She would work with homeless people. She would work with mentally ill. She worked at Western Psychiatric Unit. So, this whole thing of drawing on divine energy to heal, to help us cope with life, which is a really good thing right now. Sorry about that. We had an interruption. Now we're back. And I'm bringing on board today to talk about this project of creativity that I wrote called Drawing on the Divine. It's going to be a collaboration with my sister's work and my work, a dedication, a memory to her. But something happened, like I said, in this, where I put my poetry and her artwork and some of my play pieces. And next thing I know, there was a discovery process, understanding the creative process and understanding the idea of how we get inspired. So I brought on board today a wonderfully talented actress, director, producer, Nell Teare. Welcome, Nell. Welcome to AirPlay.
Thank you. Hi, I'm glad to be here. I'll let you
Tell us a little bit about your process. Tell us a little bit about where you think divine energy comes from. Where, how does creativity start?
Yeah. So I guess it starts, oh gosh, it's such an involved question for me. Consciousness is something that I spend a great deal of time thinking about. And I believe that consciousness is an energy just like any other energy on this planet. It comes in, and I believe it comes into us as children. It's what drives the machine, so to speak. We have 96% of this percent of the universe that we don't really know what it is. And I believe that within that, there is an actual energy that is consciousness. And I believe that creativity is a part of all consciousness. I mean, I'm staring at my 28 orchids right now, and I don't think there's anything more creative than that. I mean, they use, a quantum mechanical process to make their food from the sunlight. I mean, I don't know how you get more creative than that.
Exactly.
So I think that to kind of bring it down to me specifically, I don't know where it comes from. I often dream things like you do, Connie, and then I write them. I see shots in my mind's eye, and then I create them on set. I feel the emotions of a piece, and I try to honor those with my actors in the way that they're performing them. So as a writer, I think it's the most tangible in the sense that it just comes in, and I don't know from where. Poetry especially, just I'll start to hear something in my mind. I'll start to hear a phrase, and then it's almost like a race to write it down, So I really, there was a part in the book that resonated with me. Well, so many did. I mean, the paintings obviously are phenomenal. but talking about the dreams in the book, and then also that the muses don't care who the medium is. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I think everyone has the capacity to be an artist. Everyone is an artist. Human beings by nature are artists. We are
Absolutely.
create.
Absolutely. I
And
can't agree more. People will say to me, I wish I was creative. And I'm like, you are. Just do it. You know, I mean, just listen. I'm not sure about visual art, though. It's just, to me, it's like phenomenal how my sister created such powerful work, powerful images that just speak to us. In the book, um, I had gone, as a very young girl, I had gone through an experience of rape. And my sister, as an older woman, not older, but she was like in her mid-20s, she went through a rape. And there's a section of the book, this is so unbelievable. I found one of her notebooks from college that have a whole series of these drawings. And these drawings just match up with my work phenomenally. It's like magic. And the poignancy of these images, just moving, looking, seeing. I mean, I'm blown away that how she can capture that. She captures the pain, she captures the fear and frustration, then she captures the revelation. How does that happen? You know, I mean, I do with words and it comes easy because I wake up from a dream and all of a sudden a play is there, you know, like Coffee House. But it's like, you know, how does that happen with visuals, you know? And sure, she has training, you know, she studied all sorts of mediums in work, but you know, like I said, she was drawing and painting since we were kids. So I've seen it, you know, I've always been surrounded by art. Would you do me a little favor now, Nell, and just read something from the book, anything of your choice, whatever you feel like reading.
Okay, well, I have the dedication pulled up right here.
Okay.
But I also, I can also go into, let's see, The Mirrored Day.
Okay, yeah, that's a poem, yes. Okay, great.
All right. The beginning of eternity. Alas, the illusion shattered. I'm not who I thought I was, only a fraction seen so far. We lay beneath the moon with barely a star, yet stars danced in the eyes of the one who lies beside me like a princess, asleep for thousands of years. The thought of a kiss to break the spell had crossed the mind a million times. Dare not in case nothing is real, and the illusion of truth find a way to paralyze all perception. Together we walk into the cave of inner light. Inside, the wizard waits to unfold the alchemical secrets to his chosen disciples. A most incredible lesson.
Aw. Well, thank you. I am so honored. And I know Nell and I have a project that we're going to be doing, Coffee House Magic. And tell us what else you're doing right now, Nell. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay.
What's on the wings?
Well, I just wrapped, I directed a web series called Goober, which has a very fun spin on it. It's about a rideshare driver, like an Uber driver. But it's so much more specific to this sort of new culture of immediate intimacy and this like ephemeral intimacy, if you will, like this instant, it's here and then it's gone, like a bus ride or an airplane, you know, but even faster sometimes. So we deal with his very bizarre fares in the back seat. So we just shot 6 episodes of that. And then right after that, we just wrapped on the 12th of December, a short film called Katie and Ben, which I love very, very much, which is all about falling in love, the timing of it, the hows of it, you know, the limits to which, you know, we're willing to go and all of that. And it's a beautiful piece and I'm excited about that one. So now I'm editing and writing and getting ready for, you know, the new year and what we're going to do with Coffee House. I'm looking at your face and I'm also looking at the camera, but, so, you know, like all of the things that we're going to be doing this year. And I think it's so important, you know, what with all of the nonsense and hate and horror that we've seen in the last couple months. You know,
Absolutely.
I've never been more ready to figure out how to elevate us to the next step, because I feel like we're witnessing a spiral into the dark ages again. Must have felt that way to at once be enlightened, and then all of a sudden, you know, however many years later, you know, burning witches at the stake. So I mean, I'm so very confused by that.
We all are. So many artists are speaking up, and it's interesting how you know, I believe, and I've always said this, but even for me, who has been saying this for 30 years or more, that it's the coming of the second golden age. It's the turn of the century. We're coming into a new golden age, but we have to swing all the way there to start swinging back. And I really believe we're swinging back. I feel it. I sense it. But I'm still in shock. The hate, the destruction, the meanness, all that it will dissolve itself. Really, that's what will happen. But artists have to do that. Artists have to see that and report that. I was in an interview last week for the Lifeboat Foundation, and I said that exactly that. That's what we do. A very good friend and mentor, Judith Molina of the Living Theater, that does work with, she passed away, but she worked for decades with street theater and guerrilla theater to speak out against the death penalty or people that are marginalized or hurt. And I said to her, why do we do theater? If you could give me one idea, like one concept to stick on when times get rough. To alleviate human suffering.
Right.
So part of it, I think you're absolutely right, Nell. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you have out there, and a very, very Happy New Year. We're going to do this. The artists are going to carry us into the new year.
And I do want to read the dedication just quickly.
Okay, thank you.
And pertinent to what we're talking about.
Okay, great.
To my sister Mick, whose art fills these pages and whose inspiration and love filled so many hearts and minds. She lived and breathed art from a part of her being that was integral to her life. She loved her sons, Marcus Gabriel and Ian Michael, and they, aptly named, were her guardian angels. Mickey touched a whole generation with her childlike spirit and metaphysical spirit of compassion and love, especially me. When we were growing up, I used to say that we were born artists, and she would say, isn't everyone?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Thank you so much, Nell. Thank you for listening out there. What's that?
I said I love being with you,
Connie.
Oh,
I love being with you. Thank you so much. Yeah. See you in the new...
You've been watching AirPlay, hosted by Coni Koepfinger, here on New Earth Television.